All right, we are back for the championship game here. Veterans Park District Annual Softball Tournament. This is the 14-inch co-ed mush ball division. And we showed you slap and tickle. They went clean. So they're going to have to get beat twice. And I'm not sure here. Normally they let the team who went clean be the home team. Slap and tickle normally likes to be the visitor. And I see Mike Marola grab the bat, so I think that they're going to kind of defer. Although if they get to the next game, it'll be a toss. So we're going to be underway here. This was scheduled for 8:30, so not bad, only 13 minutes behind. And we'll be taking off here in a couple of minutes. So want to say happy anniversary to Tommy Lentine and his wife. 34 years. Seemed like it was just yesterday we were in Chandler. Tommy played on my team back then. The kids were all, they were small, man. They were young. That was in, I want to say that was in 04, so that was 20 years ago. So, time flies, man. So, Moist defeated TTF, and then in the get-back game, they beat GOAT. And they'll be taking the field here in a couple of seconds. So we had a lot of massive heat, and it's dissipated. And we always talk about the co-ed teams. They'll stick around, a couple of tents down there. Got more people in the park today than we had yesterday, but heat's been brutal here in Chicago. We're going to catch a break. I think tomorrow might be the last warm day, and then we'll be in the 70s out here for a little bit. So Moist takes the field. If all of a sudden you see and if you see the camera hit the ground, I might pass out. Haven't eaten since breakfast. But so be it. So here we go. These two teams, I believe, played for the championship out here last year. And it was a pretty good ball game if recollection serves. So Moist pretty much has the same team they had out here when we showed you them on Friday. And so we'll see how this one shakes out. So Mike Marola, here he is leading off, and we're underway here with the first pitch. Mike takes that for a ball. And there's a line drive base hit toward the alley. Morris Greco on it quick, throws a strike in. Morris Greco played on Team SSA in the Nicky Lopez tournament. And Mo can flat out run. So here's Karen, the third baseman. Leadoff man on here, just underway. And she hits a ball, and Tommy Lentine Jr. cruises over and makes the catch. For out number one, it brings up Mark Holstein. I'm going to shade off this line a little bit in case Mark rips one this way.
No, sir.
Mark hit a couple of rockets between the first baseman and the second baseman. And there he does turn and burn, but that's going to be foul. So it'll be Mike Marola. Long day for some of these guys. They've been playing co-ed in the major or the AB division. And I'm a little surprised. I thought there'd be a couple of guys maybe that played in Hamlin that might have snuck down. But talking to Gia, who runs the Moist team, she said they pretty much got the same team that they had the whole weekend. So 2 strikes now for Mark Holstein. And Mark slaps it right to the short center, and she makes the play.
That's a big play,
So Bo makes the play there, and two outs now. And there's a little ground ball, long throw, and great scoop at first. Nice scoop there as Trey Johnson rushed the throw, gets bailed out by his first baseman. So no score here. We head to the bottom of the second. It's going to be Tommy, Lauren, and Jeff. Anybody gets on, Katie. So, of course, Moist needs to win twice to win the title. And if you're slapping Tickle, you're playing with house money right now. And Mike Marola, crazy throw, hit the top of the fence, and you got three young ladies sitting there. That could have been a disaster. So, always got to pay attention when you're on a softball field, baseball field. And these are kind of short fences. They don't go all the way to the top like the back fence does. So here we go. Leadoff man for Moist, Tommy Lentine Jr. Joey Caputo on the bump. And he swings and he drives a base hit. Shailene is going to get to it, but easy stand-up double for Tommy Lentine Jr. He just sat back and drove it up the alley in right center. Here comes his better half, Lauren. So leadoff double here. And Lauren throws a base hit into the outfield. Shailene gets on it. Throw to the plate's going to be up the line. And that's going to let Lauren get to second. 1-0 Moist. And it brings up Jeff Mastari. So two hitters, a run in, and Moist is taking an early lead here. And Jeff Mastari the other night hit some of the farthest 14-inch mush balls that I've ever seen. And he just rips it. Brian can't make the play. And now they throw to third. And that's going to allow Mastari to cruise into second. Brian really needed to eat that. Instead, he made an ill-advised throw. Lauren a little gimpy there. Looks like it's an ankle. She might have jammed it on the bag with the late slide. But she's okay. And that's going to bring up Katie with Morris Greco on deck. And she hits it hard in front of Little Dave. And that's going to score the second run. Mastari gets into third. 2-0. We commented when we showed Moist on Friday that the girls really were swinging the bats pretty good. So nobody out. Morris Greco very fast. If you're the infield here for Slap and Tickle, know what you're going to do. High fly ball. That'll score the third run. And Shailene gets it. Fires a strike to Marola. No tag. So 3-0 early Moist. Brings up Ashley Lentine. Of course, you got Tommy, Ashley, Lauren, and of course, Mom and Dad, patriarchs, here as well. Little flip shot. Christine Eberhardt makes the play, and that's 2 outs. Well, I would imagine that's an elevation machine. So here's Anthony Stacy now. And he fouls it way out of play. That's going to be over where the playground is over here. Nicole on deck, the first baseman, who made that great scoop. My guy, Cece, checking in. So Anthony Stacy, runner at first, will be running on the swing here with two. Tried to sneak a fastball by him. Anthony didn't barrel up, and Little Dave cruises over. But in the inning, 3 runs, 3-0, as we head to the top of the second here, Moist. So here comes Slap and Tickle now. They have not trailed too often in this tournament. I was talking to Lauren before the game. Told her that it looked like in the previous game she was pushing the ball, not loading her hands. And you see that with a lot of girls that played 16-inch, that a lot of them don't really load the hands like you'll see in Major League Baseball, or you'll see a lot of 16-inch guy. And when I say that, as you have your approach, you just pull the hands back, and it gives you a little more forward momentum with your barrel. And that's how you kind of generate it. And so she was thanking me for the tip. And Al Rice just hits a crazy hard knuckleball. Morris gets on it quickly, holds him to a single, leadoff man on. Al Rice, that ball was dancing all the way out there. It brings up Christine Eberhardt.
Hey, respect it. Go get it. Back here at first base.
So Moist trying to get back in this game, and they get the leadoff man on here. And there's a little one-hopper. Lauren fires it. Trey can't dig it out of the dirt. I think Lauren had a little more time there. Trey couldn't corral it. And now you got a little trouble brewing here. First and second, nobody out.
Get one here.
Get one out.
Brings up Joe Caputo. And Mo going to come out and run here. So right now, if you're Moist, you're up 3. You don't like how the inning has started. And Joey right up the middle, past the short center. Again, they were playing tight. They got it in a hurry. Now the bases are loaded, nobody out. And that brings up the extra hitter, Mia. And there's a ground ball. And I don't know what happened there. Timeout by the umpire. So if the runner is out, they may make that run that scored there. They may put him back on third base. Second baseman was charging the ball, bent down to grab it, and he's out. Now the question is, do you send the runner back to third? And again, the hitter should be on base. Caputo should be out, and the runner on third should still be at third, you would think.
Hey, Lo, way to be tough. Way to be tough, Lo.
That's no different in a way of a ball hitting a base runner. We saw that actually up in Hamlin today. So Mo is on. Let's check and make sure. Yeah, Al Rice still at third. Everybody doesn't go back technically because Mo would go to second. The hitter gets first. Al Rice has to stay at third. So now they're a double play away from getting out of the inning after the bases were loaded. And here's Eric Nigzella. He's hitting for the short center Brian. And again, the reason why that happened is the second baseman was very aggressive charging the ball. And with Mia up there, she was not playing very deep. Where she's playing now, that contact would have never happened. But Joey Caputo was actually jumping in the air. He was close to getting hit even without the contact. So one out here, bases loaded, nowhere to put him. And he grabs a strike. So 2-2. You know, you can go a month and not see a base runner be involved with a batted ball, and we've seen it twice today. So Nidzella, high fly ball, that's going to score one. And Lentine drops the ball. He'll throw it in to get the fielder's choice, but a run does score.
We're good. Baby, we're good, baby.
So the run was going to score either way. They get an out, so the drop doesn't mean anything in the grand scope of things. And here's Nicole with little Dave Bradford on deck. So right now, if you're moist and you can get out of this inning with only one, you got off cheap. And there's a little hammer, little roller, and it's going to score the second run. They throw behind. So crafty piece of hitting there by Nicole. She just put it on the carpet. Lefty, and she beat it out. Now here's Dave Bradford. The tie is over at second. Base hit's going to score Nidzella. Shailene on deck. And Dave hits a little spinner foul. So it looked like they had a chance to get out of the inning. And Nicole executed that brilliantly. And it led to a run. And there's a little ground ball now. Short center. And we're all tied up. Dave is going to go to second. So they're all tied up here, and it's gone from... It went from bad to good to bad if you're a Moist fan. We're all tied at 3. And that brings up Shailene now with 2 runners in scoring position. And that pitch is inside. Little Dave is quick. And there's a little pop flare in no man's land, but Stacy got back and made the catch. So we head now to the bottom of the second, 3-3. And Moist trying to stay up, but if they thought Slap and Tickle was going to fold, I mean, they've won this tournament and they got a lot of experienced players. So you can't stress over the fact that they got a couple of breaks, and they got a big break too in that inning with the interference. So we head to the bottom of the second, all knotted up here. So Nicole will be leading off, followed by Trey and then Bo. And Moist is only hitting 10. Slap and Tickle 12. So she takes the ball to start off her at bat. And there's a little roller to second. Mo sits on it, throw to first in time for out number 1. Brings up Trey Johnson with Bo on deck. That ball a little flat here. And Trey tries to flip. Well out of play. 2-2 count now. So a little housekeeping. We'll have a wrap-up show. And we'll also talk about a lot of topics, including the upcoming Class A Glove National Championship. Trey, Al Rice hustles over, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Bo. That's coming up this week. We'll also want to remind everybody that the Class A Glove National Championship, August 15th through the 18th, Carroll Stream, we got 34 committed, the biggest 16-inch national championship tournament in the country. Here's Bo. She hits a little slow roller to Karen. Long throw in time. And they go 1-2-3. So if you want to jump in, you need to reach out to Anthony Tyler. I believe it's 708-426-3664. And you need to let Anthony know, as that is a monster tournament. And even though we got 4 diamonds, at some point we'll cut it off. Well, Mike, I don't have the list in front of me. And we're making a decision on one team, whether or not they're A or major. I think it's going to be a good tournament. I think it's going to be wide open. Mike Marola, right at Morris Greco, he makes the catch. So here in this third inning, we're 3-3 in the third. Brings up Karen. Both teams are starting this third inning at the top of their lineup, and there's Trey. He makes a little pitch and catch, 2 up, 2 down, and here's Mark Holstein. So top versus top here in the third inning. So here's Holstein. Takes strike 1. And Mark slashes one to left, and Jeff Mastari makes the catch. And I tell you, for a kid who's an outfielder, we saw him in center the other night. Now he's in right field. Just a good natural athlete. So they go 1-2-3, and now we're going to get Tommy Lentine, Lauren, and Jeff Mastari. So we'll see what the Moist Top can do here in the bottom half.
Hey, good start there, Pete. No.
And really, that 8 tournament is so crazy, Mike, that even if you think you could handicap it, generally that's the one tournament that doesn't really play to chalk, especially when you put the gloves on. Teams in the A division tend to be close. We get a ton of extra inning games. We get walk-offs. It's just crazy good theater. So here's Tommy Lentine Jr. And he swings and just gets over the top of Mo. Second line drive, he's hit over the infield. And it brings up Lauren. Chris line drive single in front of Shailene, her last time up. No, you're all right. So Moist trying to answer, and she clips another line drive. Tommy Jr. going to head into third. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Back-to-back hits. Brings up Jeff Mastari. Okay, I fixed that swing. So here's Jeff. Takes that a little deep. And Mastari hits a towering fly ball. Shailene isn't going to get to it. And Mastari had to avoid touching the runner. And what should have been a home run because of the confusion, Lauren a little late getting off of first base. It was pretty obvious Shailene wasn't going to get to it once she turned her back to the infield. Mastari was in full home run mode, running hard, and they caught a break there that there was no contact between the two runners. And that's going to bring up Katie. Nobody out here. And she hits a fly ball, that's going to score a run. Mastari had to wait, so they pushed a pair across here. They lead 5-3. Still only one out. Brings up Morris Greco.
Hey, one, Jeff. Come on, Come on,
And Mo slaps a base hit. Mastari will score 6-3. And Mo, who can really fly, was thinking about it. Shailene did a great job getting it in. 6-3. Moist reclaims that 3-run lead. And here's Ashley Lentine. And she hits a hard ground ball deep. Mike Marola, he airmails the throw. Morris Greco can fly, scores all the way from first. It's a good job by Marola to get to it, but when he set up, had a very high release point, airmailed it over Christine Eberhardt, and Morris Greco, running like a thief in the night, scored from first base on an infield play. Brings up Anthony Stacy, 4-run outburst here for Moist. First championship game, they need to win twice, and there's an overhand cut. Dave Bradford snags it for out number 2. And here comes Nicole with 2 outs. So big inning here. They started it at the top of the lineup. This is the 8th hitter of the inning.
Well, I got a little one that's 5 years old. So
Trey Johnson on deck, and it looks like Eddie Gil Ramos has grabbed the bat. He might be hitting for Trey, and Nicole delivers a base hit. Ashley Lentine will stop at second. And here comes the pinch hitter, Eddie Gil Ramos, with Bo on deck. Again, we got 2 runners on. If you walk a guy, the female behind the guy gets an automatic choice. They can swing or walk. So even if you thought about walking Eddie, you'd end up forcing in a run. And he hits a towering fly ball caught by little Dave Bradford. But in the inning, 4 runs, Moist reclaims the lead. Got a little dry mouth here. I'm going to grab a little water. I'll be right back, folks. You're welcome.
yeah, that was a good game. It was a good inning.
Afterwards?
So Mo gonna lead off here. Should be followed by Al Rice and then Chrissy Eberhardt. She tops that foul. So we are in the top of the fourth here. 7-3 Moist trying to force an if game. And there's a swing and a high pop-up to Morris Greco. All right. Showed you the water bottle. So we love our followers that chime in. So here's Al Rice. And there's a hard ground ball. Trey and the third baseman didn't even move. That ball got shot through the infield in a hurry. So one out base runner here brings up Chrissy Eberhardt.
That was Trey ball.
And there's a sky-high pop-up. Lauren makes the catch for out number 2, and it brings up Joe Caputo. Take it easy. Now, at this point in the weekend, the voice tends to start to go a little bit. I haven't eaten since breakfast. 2 hard-boiled eggs, that was it. So here's Caputo. See, Bobby Russ, I am at Melrose. Please don't text. So Caputo back in the box here. Runner on first with 2 outs. And there's a hard line drive base hit. Al Rice will stop at second. And here comes Mia.
Good ball, Joe. Let's go, dog.
Really?
Again, we always talk about how important it is for your female players, and she'll just step on it, and that'll be the 3rd out. So we always talk about how important it is for your women to play well. And the Moist women are swinging the bat pretty good here in this ball game. And we head to the bottom of the 4th, halfway through. Moist 7-3, trying to force an if game, and we are live from Melrose Park, Veterans Park District, for the annual Veterans Park softball tournament. This is the 14-inch Mush co-ed division. Fat Kids won the AB division, and Moist won the major division. So Moist trying to win 2 of the 3 divisions out here. And here's Bo. And that's a little pop-up, and that'll be foul. Of course, you can't hit a foul ball with 2 strikes. Brings up the top of the lineup now with 1 out. Tommy with Lauren on deck. And there's a strike. Little heavy, tried to sneak a fastball by, and Al Rice dropped the ball, and that'll put Tommy Lentine at second. Al a little aggravated. Now he was kind of moving over, and we have seen out here on occasion in right center where sometimes the outfielders are looking up and they catch a little bit of that light tower. Looked like he moved his head, and Lauren pokes it. Little Dave can't get it. It's in the alley. laid out her third rope of the game, drove in Tommy, and it's 8-3. So that was a bullet. She's laying some hemp out and brings up Jeff Mastari. Still only one out here. So Moist starting to swing the bats pretty good here. And Mastari just off the handle. Long run for everybody. Al Rice gets there. He made sure he cradled that, and he's just sitting on the grass over there saying, man, getting a workout. No way Shailene was going to get there. Al Rice closed and made a nice sliding catch. So here's Katie. And she gives it a ride down the line. Little Dave, long run, he got there. But in the inning, they push another run across. They go up 8-3 here as we head to the top of the fifth.
Keep it run, girl.
So I will get the hotel information up for the Class A glove. Hoping to have the hotel information squared away tomorrow for the major. As I'm still haggling, trying to get them to shave a few more bucks off the room block.
It'll be Italian dressing if it's slimy.
And we'll be out at the Holiday Inn. You can actually, if you're an A team and you want to book rooms, I believe the block code is GEO. So if you look up the Holiday Inn, Carroll Stream on Gary Avenue, and that ball rolls through, Nedzilla hitting for Brian a second time, leads off with a base hit. And that brings up Nicole. Last time up, she very sneaky, just kind of hit a slow roller toward third. Nobody could get to it.
Hey, good eye, wait for your ball.
Get him. Hey, make sure it out. Do it too.
I believe that room block is going to close down on August 10th. So if you want to get a room, you'll need to jump on it. And there she hits a soft one hopper, Trey Johnson, and he throws it through the opening. Eric Nexzilla was in the neighborhood. Trey tried to sidearm it around him, threw it into that opening. We showed it to you last game. And I'm sure a lot of the teams here would wish that they'd put a little gate over there because we see a lot of balls kind of get into that opening. Here's little Dave, and he skies it. Morris Greco is there. He puts it away. So 2 outs here, and here's Shailene.
Man, I'm coming down trying to make that throw. You can't make that throw, bro. You can't make that throw.
Mike Marola and Shailene, but Tommy Lentine Jr. squeezing her in center. Great swing, but Tommy was cheating and came in and made the catch. Well, Amalia, it's it's a little different. We got all kinds of body types. Most softball or baseball players tend to be a little bigger in their thighs and their backside. I think not just women, men too. I mean, when Michael Jordan played baseball for a couple of years, it took him about a year and a half to kind of get back to his basketball physique because they're different movements and you're playing on grass and dirt. So So it's going to be Morris, Ashley, and Anthony coming up this inning. And Morris, a little spinner that rolls foul, looked like he was just trying to cut it over the infield.
Speaking of the double, Mark,
Kid's got a better arm, Dave. Come on, Mo!
So Morris Greco with Moist up 8-3. And that's been Joey Caputo's MO. He seems to get 2 strikes on a hitter, and then he wants him to bite on a fastball. And there's a little flip job, and it drops fair. And Morris just kept running, ends up on second. So you wouldn't call that walking the dog. That landed with a parachute, nestled in the ground. Mo couldn't get to it. And then it took a crazy sideways spin, and she didn't pick it up clean. Morris just kept running. And he's been very, very aggressive on the bases, using his speed to his advantage. And here's Ashley Lentine. She goes big in the gap. She splits the gap. Little Dave was playing her short. Shailene can't get there. She's going to try to go to third, and now she's in a pickle. She did drive in a run, though. Little Dave didn't even chase it. He knew he had no shot, but give Shailene credit. She tracked it down and threw a strike. Tell you, she's a good-looking outfielder. And that's going to bring up Anthony Stacy now. Nobody on, but a run in, 9-3 Moist. And Anthony, not quite sure what he was trying to accomplish with that swing. Yeah, but a lot of these women, they played in college. And they play a lot now. Some of these girls are probably still playing 14-inch or a ton of co-ed, so the movements and everything are still the same. And Stacy right to Marola, and he'll make the throw. That's going to bring up Nicole with 2 outs here. Trey Johnson on deck. Now, Eddie Gil Ramos took a swing for him last time. I don't think they'd hit for Trey a second time. They'd lose their shortstop if that was to happen. And there she goes up top. Al Rice is there. But in the inning, they push another one across. Leads up to 6. As we head to the top of the 6th. Thing about Moist is, I'm a vampire, Pops. A lot of times, I get home, I'm so wired from being on a softball field. I got to watch TV for an hour, hour and a half. So, the way this looks now, unless Moist puts a rally together, we're going to be here late because we're going to have an if game. And as I like to say, the if game is like the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals or the World Series. It'll be for all the marbles if that happens. And that pitch is a little deep. And here's Anthony Stacy. And there's a high fly ball. Morris Greco is there, and he puts it away. Stop spreading rumors, Amalia. So leadoff man down brings up the third baseman, Karen. And there's a hard ground ball. Trey Johnson, a little pitch and catch for out number 2. And Nicole giving Trey a little hard time. 2 outs now for Holstein. And he tries to go big, and Jeff Mastari just can't get there. He got awfully close. That ball got hit past that cone. It was hooking away from Jeff. If he'd have got there, he would have been in play to make a play, but he couldn't. And now we'll reset.
I turned it over pretty quick with my pitching coach, and then it's a funny story. When I coached at Walter, and then I had
So taking a little time to get that ball in. Again, top of the sixth. If there is an if game, we'll see if Moist can continue the good hitting.
and now she left, and but I guess they had a decent season last year, but not
And there's a line drive to dead center. Tommy Lentine makes the catch. And we'll head to the bottom of the sixth, 9-3. So Moist right now. Sometimes when you fall way behind like this, how you finish is important for the next game. And I think if you're Richie Battistoni, you're hoping that win or lose, you'd prefer win, obviously, but if you do lose, you'd like to see your group maybe string some hits together in the seventh and at least make a game of it and try to generate a little momentum heading into the if game. So here's Trey leading off. Bo on deck, and then it'll be the top with Tommy Lentine. And there's a spinner, and that ball is going to die right on the chalk. Line drive in the book. Trey Johnson finds his way on. Ball just died right on the foul line. If you could patent that swing, you'd hit 1,000.
Hey, gotta get there, Trey. On the ground ball, gotta get there.
So here's Bo, the short center, and she hits a one-hopper to Marola, over to Nidzella, to Eberhardt, double play. So the leadoff single eliminated.
Christian, I still love you no matter what.
And here comes Tommy Lentine Jr., 3 for 3 in the ball game. And there he slashes one to Marola, long throw, safe. So Mike has been playing by the cut of the grass, and Tommy Lentine recognized it, just hit a hugger and got out of the box in good shape. So here's Lauren. And Tommy runs pretty good over here. I agree, Pops. Joe Carb's best looking guy in softball, always adds to the atmosphere. And Lauren hits it up the middle. Nice backhand play, but she can't make the play. She picks up her 4th hit of the ball game. Hit it right up the middle. Great job by Mo to get there. Second baseman, she was just about behind second base. And here's Jeff Mastari. So 2 outs here. They'll all be running on the swing. And there he chops it on the ground to Karen. She can't make the play. Lentine's going to try to score, and he but slithers past the catcher. 10-3. So Tommy went outside there, reached back with the leg, avoided the tag. Two on here now for Katie. And Katie couldn't quite get it over Marola, but they had another run. We're going to head to the seventh. 10-3. Moist. Joe Carves, of course, Carbonero Funeral Home. And I don't really want to know what he's doing this late at night at work. I can be a little squeamish sometimes. So it's going to be Mo, Al, and Chrissy. Anybody gets on, it'll be Joe Caputo. So if you're moist, you're chasing outs. I think if you're slapping tickle, you'd like to at least have a little better taste in your mouth before the championship game. You heard Nicole saying you got to let her hit. And that just clipped the plate, the dreaded leadoff walk. So down 7, Mo does her job. She gets on base. And here's Al Rice. Chrissy Eberhardt on deck. And Al chops a little wood. Trey Johnson and Bo can't make the catch. She kind of reached up one-handed, and it glanced. Looks like it might have hit her in the thumb of the glove. Might have closed it a half tick early. She's telling Trey that's on me. And here's Christine Eberhardt. So if you're moist here, you just want to grab an out. You don't really care about the base runners. Grabs a strike. And she hits a ground ball over here to Lauren. She makes the play for one out. That ball almost got a little deep on Lauren. So Anthony Stacy telling his team, just make the out. Joey Caputo, base hit here, could make it 5 and dime, 10-5. And there he slaps it to Trey. And they get Caputo for out number 2. A run does score. He did look Al Rice back, but trailing by 6, he wasn't going anywhere. And here's Mia. As we are 1 out away here from having an if game. We'll start a new stream, folks. And there's a little roller to Trey Johnson. Long throw in time. There will be free softball in Melrose Park tonight. So we're going to click off and get the new stream set up. And we'll be back with the if game.